Everybody come in and sit down, all aboard. You are now part of the Rocky Railway. Jesus' power pulls us through. Can I get an amen to that? Well, welcome. Glad to have you here. Those of you that are here in person, those that are online, want to welcome you to a celebration event that happens once a year here at Faith Westwood. And that's our Vacation Bible School week that just happened. And today is Vacation Bible School Sunday. We're going to celebrate by showing you some pictures of things that happened. We're going to actually show you videos, and we're going to be asking you to turn back the clock. Maybe for some of you it might be 50 years plus. But we want you to reenact your childhood, and the cost of riding this railway is free. There's no cost except that you have to participate with all of us. So when the songs come up, they'll be up on the screen. Stand up, go through the actions just like you're seeing up on the screen, and do the best that you can. You know, that's how the kids learn too. And so we just need to do the best that we can. We're also celebrating with all of the items you see in the front here of the sanctuary. These were items that were donated this week by children and by others. And they brought over 2,000 items that are all going to be donated to the Faith Works Pantry. Can we get a celebration applause for that? And I think Pete had a little dunking because of that this week, so that was another reason to celebrate. We want to connect with you here at Faith Westwood, and if you see a person walking around with a name tag on, that means that you can ask them any questions about the church that you'd like to ask, and if they don't know the answer, they'll be happy to find the answer for you. We also connect with people with these connection cards that are found in the pew right in front of you. So if you would take that out and start filling it out right now and then drop it in the bucket on the way out, we would sure appreciate that, because we want to not only connect with you today, but we want to stay connected with you as well. Another way that we connect with each other is through an email that's sent out called Faith Connect. It's sent out the first part of each week. Please look at that if you're receiving it. It gives you lots of great information. If you're not receiving it but would like to, indicate that on the connection card, and we'll make sure to get you all signed up for that. Well, I think we're ready to get going with this celebration, and we're going to start with a song that's familiar to you as far as the words, but it may not be familiar as far as the actions. So let's stand up and let's all sing and do the actions to the old rugged cross.
Far to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
That's yours. Hey, everybody. Welcome to One Stop Sunday. So I'm Pete, and that's Repeat. We actually hosted VBS this year, and we were absolutely privileged to do so. There was a few things that we kind of wanted to touch on and just kind of highlight what we have done throughout the entire week. The first day, our train was stuck.
So we had a rock slide, and it fell in front of our tracks, and the train couldn't move anymore.
Right.
But I guess one thing on top of all of this, so the trust Jesus, so we need to hit Bible points. Every single day there's a different Bible point for that day. And then when you say that Bible point, what do people say? Trust Jesus. Oh, that wasn't too bad.
All right, yeah, for the first time. So let's do that all together right now. So Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. That's a lot better.
Yeah, see?
All right. So I guess if you introduce it properly, it works out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were talking about these boulders and the landslide that kind of took over our railway, and we were kind of talking about these boulders that were in our way, and I was tossing them to Repeat, talking about, hard things that we have are dealing with bullies, dealing with friends that are moving away, maybe doing your homework. Who knows what it was, but it's all hard things that we had to deal with. And I was having a much easier time with it than you.
Yeah, I couldn't move them, and then when you were throwing them at me, it was a lot.
Right. Well, let's see what the video looks like. Well, let's keep moving these rocks.
Well, quit throwing rocks at me. Someone's gonna get hurt.
So moving these rocks is like standing up to a bully, right? They're hard. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Yeah.
So on day two, the Bible point was Jesus' power gives us hope. And on that day, well, I learned a lot about animals.
Yeah, you watched a lot of videos.
I'd ask you, what does Jack Hanna, Steve Irwin, and Morgan Freeman have?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, nothing on me. I know way more about the animals than they do.
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
Our Bible buddy for that day was Ava.
Uh-huh.
And Ava is a red-tailed hawk.
Yes.
And I learned that they live way up high in the trees.
Right.
Higher than sound can normally carry. Mm-hmm. And I learned how to call for a red-tailed hawk.
Yes. Are we going to have a little demonstration of that?
Well, maybe.
I think we should. We have a video of it, but you have
We're
to
gonna
do it. Yeah.
We're gonna go live.
Yeah, do it.
So when you see a red-tailed hawk way up high, you just have to scream up to it, "Caw-caw! Caw-caw!" And then they come down.
This is.
But let's watch the video clip.
What are we gonna do?
Oh, we missed that.
We have this breathing.
Yeah, I gotta calm down.
All right. Well, let's calm him down.
You're better at it than I am.
That's not working. So, yeah, that's why we don't go on scripts. So that clip actually was, Repeat was kind of freaking out a little bit because the rocks were all over the place, and he was going into a panic. So him and I did some Lamaze breathing to kind of calm ourselves down.
But the next clip.
Yeah, this one should be the kick-out one.
I even put these together.
Right.
That's exactly how the red-tailed hawk goes.
Yeah, you gotta do that again.
Well, and another one.
Let's do it again.
We can talk about a red-tailed hawk in the next video.
And now you're gonna do the kick-out.
Yeah, we clearly run on a really good script around here.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to the next song.
We're going to the next song. This train is bound for glory. Stand up.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train.
Okay, now let's bring it down.
This train is bound for glory. This train. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Oh, this train. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train. This train. This train.
We'll let you do this one since I fail.
Yeah, we have it written on here for a reason. So the Bible point for day 3 was Jesus' power helps us be bold.
Trust Jesus.
So on this day, you were panning for gold, and we couldn't find any because we were trying to repair the track.
Yeah, I used seashells and plastic spoons, and
Yep.
it seemed to work very well.
Yep.
But then I wasn't confident that the train would probably be able to ride on it.
Well, as you should have been confident on plastic spoons. But so let's see what that video was. Think I can. I think I can. Think I can.
I can't.
think I can. Come on, just do it.
Like this? Like this?
No, you're not skiing.
Like this?
I think I
Like
can.
this?
I think I can. I think
Like
I can.
this?
Think I can. Think I
Like
can.
this?
Ready?
Woo! Woo! I don't know. That didn't really work.
No.
No, I was not confident at all that that was going to work.
No, I wasn't confident in that dance at all either.
No.
No, that was pretty rough.
That was
So,
all of day 3. Yeah, so
That
it goes
was
on to
day
day
3.
4.
Yeah.
See, now I can do this one. The Bible point for day 4 was Jesus' power lets us live forever. The Bible buddy for that day was Finn. We had a story with that one, but we won't go into those
No.
details. I still hurt on this side from that story.
yep.
But before that, I finally got the train up the hill,
Uh-huh.
and I got the Mountain Dew train all the way up. But then we had a problem.
Yep.
So we'll watch this video.
Has anyone seen Repeat anywhere? Repeat.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew!
Where have you
I made
been?
it to the top of the mountain and scooped coal as fast as I could to get back down. Woo! We made it! And then we ran out of coal.
If I remember that correctly, when you came out of there, you couldn't breathe
That
at
was
all.
it.
Yeah, it took
20
every
seconds of
ounce of
fun.
energy you had. So let's move on to the
The
next.
Power and Blood.
Yep.
Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily His praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Would you do service for Jesus?
All right, on day 5, the Bible point was Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Since we're talking about friends, all week we had a conductor helping us give us these tickets. And, leading out in the week, it was more of like, well, I don't know which ticket I have. I don't know if I can give you the right one. He was coming out the wrong time.
Yep.
He wasn't making it.
No. And we kind of coached him through and kind of helped him and explained when he needed to come out, which cards he needed to give us. So we actually became pretty good friends throughout the process.
Yeah, and as I was taking the train up the mountain and then on the way back down running out of coal, realized I probably shouldn't be responsible for a train, so you can't run a train by yourself.
No, you can't.
I needed help.
Right.
So in order to do that, we called on a friend.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, 3-Pete.
Jumping in the house of God, jump up, jump in the house, jumping in the house of God. Jumping in the house of God, jump up, jump in the house, jumping in the house of God. Jumping in the house of God, jump up, jump in the house, jumping in the house of God.
And that wasn't it. Day 5 was a really busy day. I taught everybody about elk.
Yeah, you had a call, and
Yeah.
it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, let's watch that clip.
Yeah.
But I learned what an elk sounds like.
I need to hear this.
Well, then I forgot what an elk sounds like. But I still brought my hose.
Just for no reason.
Something like that.
It's probably pretty close. Do it into the microphone.
I can't hear you.
Do it into the microphone.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's watch this Bible video. So not only on that day did we have one Bible buddy, but we had 2. And because we scripted everything so well, and I communicated everything with Pete the entire week, he had no idea what I was doing when I came out on stage. So let's just cue up the next video.
Walter.
You're going to want this.
I heard everyone was having so much fun at Rocky Railway, I wanted to join in the fun. I am Walter, and I'm a pug puppy. I'm just not any regular puppy. I'm Pete's puppy, and I can't wait to spend time and cuddle with him.
It is your birthday, after all.
Thank you. So the greatest part about seeing it this time
That was
is
perfect.
I'm not crying this time.
And you
I
didn't
have
get
to
it.
open it?
Huh?
All right.
Is it avocado toast pillow?
It's avocado toast. What are you talking about? I don't get it. What are you talking about?
You're getting a puppy.
That one?
Yeah. Of all of VBS, that's probably my favorite memory, is making you cry.
Yeah. It worked.
Next up is going to be Leah. She's going to lead you guys out.
Yeah.
They said they would. Huh. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody today? Good. All right, our scripture today is from the book of Acts, chapter 2, verses 42 through 47, and chapter 4, verse 32. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. All the believers were one in heart and mind. No one claimed that any of their possessions was their own, but they shared everything they had. Well, I am Leah Donoso, and I am the Children's Ministry Director here at Faith Westwood. Has anybody ever watched the show Friends? Raise your hand if you've ever watched Friends. It was a TV show from the 90s that was about 6 friends who lived in New York City who faced life's ups and downs together. They just did a reunion show 25 years after the show aired that I watched, and they told stories about how their real life friendships developed during the 10-year run of the show. They seemed to pick up things right where they had left off. Time had not diminished the bond that they shared. And one of my favorite sayings for 2020 was from the show Friends. It was pivot. 2020 has taught us many things. One was how to pivot in life. We had to learn to change, adapt, and overcome difficulties together. At a time when we needed our friends the most, we were asked to stay distant, not gather together, but yet we still found new ways to support one another and maintain friendships throughout it. The theme song for the TV show Friends is "I'll Be There for You" by the Rembrandts. Some of the words are, "I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you because you're there for me too." And 2020 taught us that we needed to adapt our ways of being there for our friends. We did drive-by birthday parties, Zoom gatherings, and tried to adapt things to be outside so we could be near our friends. Early Christians also faced lots of challenges together. They were misunderstood and faced opposition on a daily basis. Life was not easy for the followers of Jesus, but they had each other. They made their friends their family. They were there for one another. They would gather to praise and worship and eat together in one another's homes. They cared for one another, and they even shared possessions. Our small groups model how the early Christians gathered and became a family, essentially. Small groups go from being friends gathering together to family sharing life together. Since I've been at Faith Westwood, I've learned a lot about what true friendship is and how much I need my faith family. My small group has become my family too. On day 5 of Vacation Bible School, we learned that Jesus' power helps us to be good friends. Trust Jesus. And friends are so important. Looking at the God sightings this week, I would say the majority of them had something to do with friends or making new friends. Here's some of those God sightings. They talk about making new friends or seeing their crew people become new friends. And then one of our student crew leaders, Haley Linnell, even received a sweet note from a child saying that he wished he could be, or she would be his best friend. So thank you for helping me. I wish you my best friend in the whole world. That was the sweetest little note. So I want you to think about your closest friends and think of words that might describe them. I've come up with a few that I want to share with you. It's an acronym for friends. So F is for fun. What is friendship without fun, right? I'm sure this is nothing new. Even in trying times, I'm sure the early Christians had fun together. Jesus and his disciples, who were his closest friends, I'm sure joked around and played tricks on each other. You can't spend all your time together and not have a few inside jokes and funny memories. My friends are a lot of fun. We share lots of laughter. After we could finally gather together recently, we laughed and we joked, and it was like we picked up exactly where COVID tried to separate us. Vacation Bible School is all about fun with our friends and making new friends too. R is for real. Jesus was real with his disciples. He didn't hold back. He told them the truth, even when it was painful for them to hear it. The early Christians had to be real with one another too. They had to learn to ask for help. They had to admit they had needs so their friends could help them out. The early Christians shared possessions and would even buy one another's properties to help one another out. We have to be real with our friends, too. We can't pretend to be self-sufficient. This has been a hard one for me. When I found out I had cancer in 2019, I needed my friends more than ever. And I had to be real about my needs and what I couldn't do on my own. And they surrounded me and were real in telling me what I could not do. They kept me in check, and I love them even more for that. They took care of me, and they took care of my family, too. I is for interesting. I am so glad God made each one of us so unique. Life would be really boring if we were all the same. Jesus' disciples were each unique, too. They each had different gifts and ways of spreading the good news about Jesus. The unique gifts and talents and personalities that God gives each one of us makes us interesting. Think about your friends. Don't you just love those things about your friends that make them so unique? It's amazing when your gifts complement your friends' gifts and talents, and projects and ideas come together. That's how Brian and Travis are. These VBS sets every year are the result of knowing what they can each bring to the project and how they can work together to make it a reality, and how they can invite even more friends in with different gifts to help them out. E is for encouraging. The early Christians were misunderstood by both religious people and non-religious people, so they needed to encourage one another along the way. They needed that encouragement to keep going and to be able to continue to tell the good news about Jesus to others. My friend Cammie has a saying that encourages me and makes me laugh at the same time. Whenever I'm worried about something, she tells me, "It's fine." And you have to insert the Cammie voice there. It's always a great reminder for me. It calms me down, it makes me smile. We all need friends like that. Your kids are so good at encouraging one another. I love how they pray for one another and cheer one another on. They understand that we can also give encouragement by praying for our friends. And their prayer requests would melt your heart. They pray for you, they pray for their friends, they pray for the world, they pray for their pets, their schools, and even people they don't know. They have a lot on their hearts, and they are prayer warriors. N is for no nonsense. The early Christians just did what they needed to do to help their friends out. It was what just made sense for them to do. What would Jesus do? He'd just love people and care for them right where they are. He didn't need any reasons or explanations. He just did the next right thing. I'd like to think that that's what we do for our VBS friends. We see a need, we put something together to help them out. That's what supporting our VBS kid is all about. We want to support, to care for, and show love to these friends and their families. It's just what we do. We take care of one another, and it just makes sense. We don't think twice about any of it. We just roll with it. And that's how the fireworks stand came to be, too. We wanted to provide free VBS to all kids, and Brian and Travis boldly took on running a fireworks stand. This is year 4 for the fireworks stand, and every year I am so thankful for our fireworks family of friends that make it run so smoothly. The fireworks stand is hard work, and it's long hours and a lot of sweat. And I'm blown away every year by the love and generosity that is shown by our fireworks family. Give their time and serve at it. D is for dependable. I'll be there for you. I think this statement stands the test of time throughout the centuries. We can depend on our true friends. The early Christians depended on one another for everything. They had to stick together. They depended on each other to be there in their time of need, when it seemed like the world was against them. I know my friends, my small group, are only a text or call away. They would drop what they're doing and do anything to help any one of us out. They're always there to listen or offer advice or just sit with us. They are the people I can count on, no matter what. through good times and bad times. They are all in as friends. And S is for stronger together. There's a direct correlation between unity and power. One of our VBS songs this year, and probably my favorite, was Lions by Skillet. Some of the words are, if we're going to stand, we stand as giants. If we're going to walk, we walk as lions. In the video, the kids hold hands and then lift them up together. And I saw the kids do this at VBS too. It was a great picture of what happens when we walk as lions together. The lion is a bold, brave, and strong animal. If we walk together with our friends as lions, nothing can stop us. Lions live in prides, and prides are a lot like our small groups. They do life together and protect one another fiercely. About 5 years ago, my family was going through some difficult stuff. And at the same time, the Schmitz family was also going through their own difficult stuff. We started hanging out more that summer and working through our difficulties together. That summer, our friendship grew so much. By the end of the summer, we considered ourselves family, and we started calling ourselves the Dino Schmitzes, which is a long way from where we started when Brian and I came to Faith Westwood. And out of that unity came the idea for Pete and Repeat. Together, we are stronger. When we are united in Christ as friends and as a faith family, there's nothing we can't do. We stayed united in the same but totally different ways during COVID, and COVID did not defeat us. In fact, the other night, as I watched the kids singing and praising God at VBS, I felt that we are stronger than ever together. Here's a clip of what happened the other night. Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus. With Jesus' power, we are stronger together forever. Remember back at the beginning of this message, I asked you to think about words that would describe your closest friends. Well, have you thought of any new ones since then? The ushers are going to pass out some heart sticky note pads. Take one off the top and pass it down to your friends. And we're going to write something on here. So the heart is a symbol of a good friend. And when we give our hearts to Jesus, we become a part of an even bigger group of friends, our faith family. So I want you to take a heart sticky note, and I want you to think about your closest friends, or even new friends that you made this week at Vacation Bible School. I want you to finish this sentence by writing down a word on your sticky note. The sentence is, a good friend is, and write down a word on your sticky note. During the next song, you can bring those sticky notes up and place them on the cross.
God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my
Just keep on putting them up there. It's fine. It's fine. That's what Cammie says. It's fine. Do we want to play the song again, maybe?
God of heaven and earth, you are amazing.
Jameson.
You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone.
I will put my hope in you, Lord. You alone are everything I need. My hope is in you alone, in you alone. I will put my hope in you, Lord. You alone are everything I need. My hope is in you alone, in you alone.
Heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. Heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone.
Friends are also really understanding when things don't go exactly as planned. So, thank you for understanding. We put double stick tape on the cross, but obviously not enough. It's okay. It's fine. So, we are united through Jesus' power and love for us. Jesus said, "Love one another in the same way I have loved you." When we share Jesus' love with our friends, we are stronger together. I think Jesus would have liked the Friends theme song and would have used the line, "I'll be there for you." He's always there for each one of us, and he is the best friend we'll ever have. He wants us to be there for our friends too. So turn to your neighbor now and say, "I'll be there for you." Let's pray. Dear Lord, your power and love are amazing. Thank you for being the best friend we'll ever have. And thank you for showing us how to be good friends. Please be with each person here today and as we go out into the world to live for you. Thank you for loving us. And all God's kids, big and small, said, Amen. All right, the next song is a fun one, because F is for fun, right? So we're going to sing the Power Shuffle.
I feel it in the air right now. It's it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. Let's do it all again right now. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop.
All right, well, I need to give a big shout out to some amazing people, all of you, actually. Remember, I did for Children's Time a while ago, I did this rainbow of all the people it takes to make VBS a possibility. Pete and Repeat, I want to thank them, and now 3Pete too. Yes. They make this thing so fun. My leadership team, they do amazing things. I could not do all of this without them. Thank you, leadership team. They're the ones in the teal blue shirts. And Cammie too. She doesn't have her teal blue shirt on. And then the volunteers. Thank you, volunteers, for all of your hours and getting to know the kids and all that you do in making VBS a success. Thank you. And to you, the congregation, thank you for your financial support and for bringing in supplies and just being here for us and praying for us and supporting us this way on today, too. Thank you. And the parents and the families, thank you for getting your kids here to VBS. Thank you for helping them collect supplies for the FaithWorks Pantry. Thank you for all you do for your kids for VBS. Thank you. And then, most of all, I want to thank the kids. Thank you for making VBS so much fun. I love seeing all of you guys here, praising God and learning more about Jesus. It's so much fun. So thank you, kids, for all you do. All right. I want to mention the fireworks stand that's coming up in just another week. It's fine. We do the fireworks stand every year so that we can have free VBS for all of these kids. All the proceeds from that go to having free VBS. And I can't believe all the work that goes into it, but if you want to volunteer, there's a link too that comes out in the Faith Connect tomorrow. And if you want to come out and support us, that would be great. We are open from June 27th through July 4th and at 8904 Military Road. And it's the same, but totally different. Always. All right, and next year's VBS is monumental, celebrating God's greatness. It's all about the story of Joseph. I can't wait. I'm so excited. That will be June 12th through the 16th next year. And then today our mission offering is for Vacation Bible School. There are envelopes in the pews that you can put that in. And there's buckets outside of the door as you leave today, too. And you could also text it in to VBS. And then after the service is over, there are some trees out there in the foyer that we are auctioning off. We're doing a silent auction for these trees to help support and care for our friend Henry Malky. He was our VBS kid this year, and he's here. He's in the back. And so if you want to bid, on one of those trees, there are some clipboards out there with the silent auction things on them. All right, as you're leaving today, I have some things that if you want to pick up, all dads, father figures, whatever, close your eyes because you can't see it right now. But there's some crafts if the kids want to pick up one of these to color at home. And there's a booklet for your family that has some games, activities, and some fun stuff to do at home too. So you can pick those up at the coupon table, right, Danelle? Shirts. Supplies? What? Oh, yes. All right. They're just doing that because I did that to them all week. Yeah. Brian's doing Pete's doing his happy dance out there. There's all CDs and T-shirts and all that stuff out there for sale today too. All right, you can pick these up along with coupons. There's still coupons left for Cane's, Runza, and Pizza West. They all gave us coupons for the kids. And if you would like to stay around afterwards, we have to take all of this down. So, and the more, the merrier, it'll go faster. So, if you'd like to stay around and help us out with that, that would be great. All right, so we will meet together in 7 days, and until then, may the Lord bless you and always smile upon you. And all God's kids, big and small, said, Amen. Thank you for coming today.